important is it to also assess some of the lack of breath from here? Because I think that this market has been so propped up by names like, Micron, some of the memory names as you just laid out, and also the Mag 7, of course, which has actually not really participated as much this year. But is this more of that necessary rotation? Or again, is it too soon to say? We're so quick to say things are rotating on a day of tech weakness.
Yeah, well, certainly yesterday looked like that. Why? Because more sectors in the S&P 500 were up than actually down. But the key ones were down, right? Like information technology, communication services got walloped yesterday, and so did consumer discretionary. So those being lower hurt the overall S&P 500. The equal weight held in there pretty well yesterday. Not sure yet if that'll happen today. It looks like, at least to start the day, that it's going to be pretty broad, but we'll see how it plays out. The overall earnings are still strong. This is going to turn out to be a wonderful earnings season. We've got expectations for this quarter that we'll start reporting on next quarter being strong in terms of GDP. The U.S. consumer has been strong all along. So all things considered, the U.S. economy is strong, but repricing of a sector like memory that has run so far, not really out of the ordinary.
Nvidia shares went down on Monday, sliding 0.75% to $209 in trading as investors considered developments in U.S.-Iran peace talks. The move followed a 3% increase on Thursday. The stock's lackluster performance came despite broader strength in portions of the semiconductor sector, with numerous peers going higher in trading. Intel surged 4.9%, establishing a new all-time high, following a 10.6% leap on Thursday, while advanced micro devices gained 1.1%. Tech companies have been susceptible to geopolitical developments, with investors keenly watching how peace talks could affect energy costs and inflation forecasts. Lower energy prices might, in turn, enhance the case for Federal Reserve rate reduction and stimulate demand for artificial intelligence-related technology, including Nvidia's CPUs. Nvidia shares are up 10% year to far and have gained 44% over the past 12 months. Nvidia on Monday revealed Halos for robotics, an upgrade of its safety technology meant to support autonomous robots as deployment increases across industrial contexts. AI compute, system software, sensor data, safety applications, and inspection tools are all supposed to be connected by a single safety architecture. Physical AI is redefining how factories, warehouses, and logistics operations work, and robotics teams need a consistent safety architecture to extend autonomous systems into these environments, said Deepu Talla, Vice President of Robotics and Edge AI at Nvidia. Agility, a humanoid robotics and physical AI startup, is the first adopter of Halos for robotics. The company will employ the system in humanoids deployed in factories, warehouses, and logistics operations for customers including Amazon, GXO, Schaeffler, and Toyota Motor Manufacturing Canada. Nvidia also announced Halos Core for its IGX platform is available in early access for registered developers in Linux and Linux with QNX OS for Safety 8.0 configurations. Additionally, an early access version of the open-source Halos Outside in Safety blueprint is now accessible on GitHub. Separately, Nvidia revealed that 35 of its AI high-performance computing supercomputers are being developed around Europe. According to the business, this is the largest one-year increase of supercomputers in the region. The initiatives span national supercomputing centers, AI factories, and academic research institutes, and are projected to promote research in climate science, healthcare, renewable energy decarbonization, quantum computing, and fundamental science. While Nvidia shares were basically steady, numerous partner firms witnessed larger gains on the afternoon. Fervo Energy soared after announcing an agreement with Nvidia and the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, PNNL, to build a digital platform targeted at boosting geothermal drilling operations. Supermicrocomputer surged 16% after introducing its data center building block solutions blueprint for high-performance computing at the ISC High Performance Conference in Hamburg, Germany. The startup said its infrastructure is optimized for NVIDIA's Vera Rubin NVL4 platform. Supermicro has long operated as a significant NVIDIA partner, integrating the chipmaker's latest CPUs into its modular server systems. Supermicro's AI business is focused around its DCBBS platform, which integrates NVIDIA's CPUs into customizable server topologies, reinforcing the company's long-standing collaboration. NVIDIA Stock is behind the semiconductor surge despite another spectacular quarter from the world's most important AI chipmaker. Given that NVIDIA just recorded 85% sales growth, is expected to generate around $91 billion in revenue in the upcoming quarter, and that CEO Jensen Huang referred to the AI build-out as the largest infrastructure expansion in human history, it is impossible to ignore the absurdity. Yet the stock is up only around 12% in 2026, while larger semiconductor indices have risen. Beyond NVIDIA's shadow, the semiconductor trade is still flourishing. It has simply progressed beyond NVIDIA. Memory names have been the market's new favorites, as Micron and SanDisk have climbed as investors believe that AI data centers will need not only GPUs, but massive amounts of memory, storage, and networking capacity. The VanEck Semiconductor ETF is up more than 80% this year, while the PHLX Semiconductor Index has likewise delivered a spectacular rally. Because of this, NVIDIA's comparatively poor performance is startling. This is not a bad company being penalized for poor execution, but a terrific company being valued more conservatively because investors are asking how much upside is remaining after years of exceptional gains. According to analysts, NVIDIA trades at roughly 20.2 times forecast earnings, below the semiconductor index average of 26.8 times. That discount demonstrates that investors still respect NVIDIA's dominance, but they are no longer prepared to pay peak multiples for it. The rally has spread into infrastructure names, specialized silicon, memory, and networking. The biggest danger to NVIDIA is that the larger buyers become more disciplined. Microsoft and Meta are working on own AI processors to reduce dependence on NVIDIA. Amazon's Trinium and Google's TPUs are gaining appeal as cheaper solutions for particular workloads. That does not mean that NVIDIA will be replaced right away. It does suggest NVIDIA's customers are actively developing negotiating strength. Wedbush analyst Matt Bryson told Barron's that there is increased demand for alternative solutions since there are all these choices. Mizuho's Lloyd Walmsley was more cautious, noting a lot remained unclear today about how far in-house silicon can go. The bull case is still powerful. UBS analyst Timothy Arcuri has suggested that NVIDIA has developed a formidable moat around its hardware, software, and networking ecosystem. However, there is now a catch to even that argument. Arcuri has also pointed out that as agentic AI shifts the distribution of computing workloads, investors might be undervaluing the potential for AMD and server CPUs. James Schneider, an analyst at Goldman Sachs, has presented a similar argument from a different perspective. His team believes that increased hyperscaler capital investment, need for optical networking, and prospects for bespoke chips will benefit businesses like Marvell. NVIDIA is not in danger of collapsing, but it can no longer control the AI hardware boom on its own. According to Kalshi dealers, the company's ability to charge for chips is also going down. The manufacturer of artificial intelligence chips is up nearly 12% in 2026, but over the last month, shares have plummeted, losing about 3%. By contrast, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, SMH, has increased 15% over the last month and is up 84% this year. As Wall Street has concentrated on memory chips and infrastructure in the upcoming stages of the AI build-out, NVIDIA has been silent. Businesses like Micron Technology and SanDisk, which have both increased by around 60% in just the last month, have benefited from this. The cost of processing power for NVIDIA's B200 processor has decreased along with the company's stock. The flagship graphics processing unit, GPU from NVIDIA, the B200, aids in the vast operation of data centers. According to Orn, which offers real GPU compute costs across key hardware types, the B200's compute per hour price increased to $6.11 on May 30th, the most in the previous 3 months. Since then, the dashboard indicates that the price of B200 compute per hour has decreased. As of June 21st, it was at $4.22. Kalshi dealers are now doubtful that the compute price of NVIDIA's AI chip would rise above its May peak. The contract requests the price of NVIDIA B200 compute for the second quarter, and it will be settled by June 30th if the value, as shown on ORN, exceeds a predetermined level. The majority of businesses use neoclouds, another expanding ecosystem, or cloud providers to rent GPU access. However, if demand for AI infrastructure increases, the price of renting GPUs may change. Seo-Young Kim, a professor of finance at Santa Clara University, recently told CNBC that many people don't know how much processing power they'll need in the coming year, and many providers of that power don't know how many GPUs and to what capacity they should order. Additionally, manufacturers like Nvidia are unsure about how much to create. Google agreed earlier this month to rent AI computer capacity from SpaceX for $920 million per month between October 2026 and June 2029. Google will employ about 110,000 Nvidia GPUs, CPUs, RAM, and other relevant components in this process. Following the transaction, RBC Capital Markets expressed optimism about Nvidia's performance in the second half of 2026 and 2027, stating that the chip giant appears to be in the strongest position among rivals. The analyst stated that these GPU leasing agreements should allay any remaining worries about Nvidia losing market share to application-specific integrated circuits, at least temporarily. You would assume that the tale is clear after a run in which Nvidia stock has increased by more than 46% in the last year. A procession of ever more powerful chips keeps the engine going as the corporation produces the necessary gear for the artificial intelligence boom, which is experiencing unprecedented demand. It's a true story. However, its graphics processors might not be the strongest argument for the stock to rise significantly from here. While the world has been focused on its GPU roadmap, Nvidia has been constructing a horse. The target? The total market for central processing units, or CPUs. A new $200 billion battlefield. On its previous earnings call, management dropped a bombshell that was easy to overlook amid record-breaking data center revenue. The business revealed its new Vera CPU, which it says offers a completely new $200 billion TAM for Nvidia, a market we have never addressed before. This isn't a distant dream. The business says it already has visibility to approximately $20 billion in total CPU revenue this year. Why now? Management believes a new wave of agentic AI applications, where AI systems perform complicated multi-step activities, generates a tremendous new requirement for a different kind of CPU. As the CEO said, the orchestration of these AI bots runs on CPUs. With its new Vera chip, Nvidia is making a direct bid to capture that section of the AI factory too. This isn't simply about selling a companion chip for its strong GPU systems. When asked if the predicted income was for CPUs combined with GPUs, the CEO was direct. The $20 billion is for standalone CPU. This suggests a full frontal assault on a market long dominated by other competitors. Nvidia aspires to become a prominent supplier of the two most crucial chips in the data center, not just one. The decision comes as the company is already blazing on all cylinders, managing what it calls the quickest product ramp-up in our company's history with its Blackwell platform. Adding a big new product line in a completely new market is a tremendous task. It brings up the crucial issue of execution. With operating margins at a 3-year high of 64.0%, is it possible for a business that is currently working at maximum efficiency to smoothly introduce a second significant growth engine? Things to watch. For investors, the path to big upside from here is no longer just about tracking GPU demand. It's about observing Nvidia's efforts to become a technological superpower on two fronts. The company has quantified its aspirations. The essential item to monitor in the future quarters is the progress against that nearly $20 billion in total CPU revenue projection. The next significant chapter in Nvidia's history will probably depend on its ability to convert that visibility into real revenue. In an effort to make robots safer in human environments and more capable of making snap decisions, Nvidia is delving deeper into humanoid robotics. The startup is supplying software and chips that might allow humanoids enter workplaces, communicate with humans, and perhaps make physical contact when needed. At the center of the push is Halos, Nvidia's software created from systems used in self-driving automobiles. Running on its IGX Thor hardware, Halos is supposed to give robots improved awareness of their surroundings, while connections to external sensors might let machines such as autonomous forklifts see around curves and decide whether to slow down or keep moving. For investors, The greater story is Nvidia's projected growth beyond AI data center chips into robots. A market Barclays forecasts may reach $200 billion in revenue by 2035. Nvidia is also developing a lab to help robot companies and customers undertake safety testing before seeking regulatory clearances, while Agility Robotics Digit has already been deployed with customers like Toyota Motor production sites in Canada.